President Trump's top national security advisor, John Bolton, arrived in Israel yesterday afternoon for talks with Prime Minister Netanyahu. And at the very top of that agenda is a frank discussion on the Iranian threat entrenched throughout Syria, a threat that both nations desperately want to see resolved immediately.
Well, it's a great honor for me to be here. It's great to see you again and talk about the U.S.-Israel relationship. It's been an exciting year and a half in the Trump administration with some of the things you've mentioned, but obviously we've got great challenges for Israel, for the United States, for the whole world. And the Iran nuclear weapons program and ballistic missile programs are right at the top of the list.
This is Bolton's first visit to the region in his capacity as U.S. President Donald Trump's leading security advisor. Bolton replaced H.S. McMaster following a stormy exit back in April. But most agree that McMaster got the boot specifically because he disagreed with Trump on a number of key Middle East strategy points, including America's participation in the JCPOA Iran nuclear deal. Unlike McMaster, Bolton was far more in favor of withdrawing from that deal, making him a prime candidate for the role of national security advisor.
Ambassador Bolton, John, it's a pleasure to see you. We've been friends for many years, and I can testify that in and out of office you've been a tremendous friend of Israel, tremendous champion of the American-Israel alliance, and it's particularly momentous to welcome you here after the momentous decisions of President Trump, move the embassy to Jerusalem, get out of the terrible Iran deal. And I look forward to discussing with you a whole array of topics, but the most important one is how to continue to roll back Iran's aggression in the region and to make sure that they never have a nuclear weapon.
Many months after pulling out of the JCPOA, Bolton's mission in Israel remains the same: to keep nuclear weapons from ever getting into Iranian hands. Today's ongoing talks with Netanyahu will cover Israeli security interests in the region. Bolton then takes these concerns to Moscow to follow up with Russian officials after last month's Helsinki summit between Trump and Putin. Russia is the third key player here in Syrian affairs. Russia recently agreed to pull back Iranian forces some 85 kilometers from the Israeli border. Israel remains adamant, however, that there should be zero Iranian troops in Syria at all. But with tens of thousands of Iranian forces scattered throughout the region, that scenario will be an uphill fight, especially given Russian insistence that Iran's troops are helping Russia and Syria fight the Islamic State. But Bolton's presence in Israel is, at the very least, a symbolic reminder of the intense American-Israeli relationship between these two administrations.